I don't like the idea of two men pretending to, think they can raise a child together. It's just not natural. It's not organic.
It might not seem organic or natural,
We don't even have the
but
data that's going to actually benefit the kid. Like, I have a theory that it's going to screw the kid when it comes to their development, because you're supposed to be raised by both. I mean, there's already statistics that a woman raising a child by herself, there's more statistics that the kid is gonna be there's a higher probability of them being criminals and drug addicts versus a man raising the kid, which is interesting. There's also statistics that women take more advantage of the welfare state versus the man, because they're men, it's harder for them to even get help from the government versus a woman. So there's
yeah, especially for I think for like Florida states where they are mom states, where it's like a mom could say one story, the another single dad can say the same exact story, but the mom will get custody and the dad will not, just
yeah.
because she's the mom.
But that's because
So
the
I
laws have allowed that to happen. We go back to laws. If we were to change the laws and say a woman and a man, when they create a baby and the baby is born, the rights of the dad are equal to the rights of the mom. Just because the mom birthed the kid does not mean that she has sole custody of the baby. Like, that's just wrong.
right,
It took two
right.
people to make the fucking baby.
But not every person should have a baby. And I don't
Oh no, I
mean,
agree.
I mean that like because I think we have both seen situations where it might be a single parent, or it could be that both parents were involved and there was still a lot of trauma that came from there. So like I don't think that we should single it out to just a biological like woman and a biological man, because we have seen how that has gone wrong. Actually, we saw, and I feel like I know where you're going to go with this argument. There is a documentary on Netflix, and it was talking about how this woman, she was 15 years old, she got pregnant, her mom forced her to adopt, like put the child for adoption.
She was not a
Um,
woman at 15 years old, but okay. 15 years old, you're not a
child.
woman. Yeah, I was like,
My bad. I'm thinking of, because
she's
like in the
definitely
documentary,
adolescence.
that was my fault for, because I in the documentary you see her as an older woman, so I'm over here thinking woman, but no,
Yeah,
the child had a baby at 15. Her mom forced her to like put it up to adoption, right? With the mentality is, hey, they're gonna go to a better family, right?
right. Okay.
So the baby gets adopted, I think in like maybe 12 weeks. Like this baby's itty bitty baby, okay? And gets adopted by mom and dad, or like husband and wife, right? They have everything under control. She grew up being molested by the man. And whenever she tried speaking up about it, and she was talking about it with like maybe her school counselors, teachers, and stuff like that, she brought it up at school. And so what did they do? They brought in both mom and dad, and we're like, hey, we need to talk about this. Which is why now, in schools now,
Yikes.
if they think that the child is getting abused at home, they can put in a like not a complaint, but like they could open up a claim, and the parents would not be told because of these situations. Because in that, like, there's so many times where like something is going on in the school, they bring in both parents, right? Which especially at the time were mom and dad, woman and man, and something was going on. But now that the perpetrator's in the room, they can't speak up about it, because it's just like you're not gonna they're right there, you're not gonna talk about it.
I mean, you
Later
can.
on,
It's just,
see,
some people are scared to do it. You can.
right, it could be scary, especially for a child, especially for somebody that could have been doing this your entire life and telling you God knows what.
Yeah.
So, I haven't finished it, but like, she ends up running away. She ends up being killed, and it's like she was not fed correctly. So like her friends were bringing her food, they were bringing her clothes, they were letting her shower at the school and stuff like that. It was bad. And that's not the only case where you will hear a nuclear family going wrong. And I'm not saying that it can go better for two dads. I'm saying that it is up to the individuals to choose to be the kind of parent that they want to be.
Right. But the reason why. So I understand your perspective. You're saying that just because it's a nuclear family, that it doesn't mean they're always going to be functioning parents, which understandable completely, because it all depends on mental health of the two parents at the end of the day. But there's just something, if the parents, this is for people that actually want to be good people, right? So
Right.
if there are two people that want to be good people and they create a child, then there's a higher probability that child's going to be more successful later on in life versus a child that was grown up with one parent. But there's not data to prove that two men are going to be as successful than a woman and a man. That's where I'm at. Like, there's no data behind it for us to even be allowing that to happen. I guess science is saying, well, if we don't allow it to happen, then we're not going to create data. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess. But at the end of the day, like, I just don't agree with it. And I also don't agree that they should even, that I don't think that they should get married either, because the whole point of marriage was to be able to create life, and you as a gay man and another gay man, you can't create life, so you shouldn't be allowed to marry. I know it's very traditional, but that's just how it is. That's, like back in the day, a woman.
Yeah, if we go traditional, then yes, that is the point. But then think about it this way: gay men. I know they're creating ways, and that's a whole other subject. But they obviously can't have a child naturally.
They cannot.
Why can't they adopt people? Because there's so many children that are not being.
But that's different. I'm okay with that, because those are kids that need a family. So at that point, if you want to pretend to be heterosexual and then go adopt. But that's not what's really happening. It's, for example, who's the gay man who's in the administration I'm not gonna call it Biden's, it's Harris's administration. That guy was fucking, he was just a pawn. In Harris administration, what's this guy's name? He's a fucking bald with lipstick all the time. He literally went on leave.
I don't know,
what's this guy's name? I forgot his name, bro. He looks super demonic.
Is it Sam Brenton, maybe? It's the only name I'm seeing popping up.
I'm see if anybody here knows the hell.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know the name of the guy. Whatever. There's a guy who's in government right now. I think he has to do with like infrastructure or some BS like that. This guy and his husband, because they got married, decided to get a surrogate, which I think is also wrong, and create a life with this woman, and then raise the baby as if they, like, I don't agree with that. Like, if you want to be a dad and you both want to be dads, then go find a freaking foster child and help him. Why are you pretending like you're like a heterosexual? I just don't agree with that. And the fact that there are women who are doing this to themselves for money, it's just like, but there's an organization.
But it's their choice, though, and that should be an option.
But I just don't agree with it.
The thing is that, like, the heterosexual couples, they have the advantage of being able to make children on their own. And then some of them, even though they are biologically tied to this baby, abuse them, mistreat them. We don't have to go very far. We don't have to say, oh, they're getting beaten or anything like that. Some people are just very controlling. Or maybe they have opinions based on their children's body type. Oh, no, they shouldn't be eating this, or they should be eating this. And now they're giving them like eating disorders, or posing on them really hurtful generational trauma kind of thing. So like, and it's just like, you get to make this baby for free.
Hi, Kylie. Okay, so I don't believe in generational trauma. I think that's a victimhood mentality. I think you can believe it and then you allow it to consume you, or you can say that doesn't exist and then you're taking control of your own life.